Good evening all. Today, I'll be discussing Article 9(2) of the General Data Protection Regulation GDPR, which governs the processing of special categories of personal data. In our previous video, I have explained special category of personal data. In Article 9(1) we learnt that special category of personal data cannot be processed. Means it is not permitted in context of Article 9(1) of EU GDPR. But Article 9(2) is saying you can process special category in certain conditions. Article 9(2) of the GDPR allows the processing of special category data under certain conditions, one of which is when the data subject has given explicit consent to the processing for one or more specified purposes. Explicit consent, as defined in the GDPR, means a freely given, specific, informed, and unambiguous indication of the data subject's wishes by which he or she, by a statement or clear affirmative action, signifies agreement to the processing of personal data relating to him or her. Member state law overrides explicit consent. However, even if a data subject has given explicit consent to the processing of special category data, processing is prohibited if a member state law provides that such processing cannot be lifted by the data subject. This means that member states have the authority to prohibit the processing of special category data, even with the data subject's consent, if they deem it necessary to protect the fundamental rights and freedoms of individuals. Example: processing racial and ethnic data. Let's consider an example. Imagine a company is processing racial and ethnic data of individuals and has obtained explicit consent from those individuals. However, a local law in the state where the company operates prohibits the processing of such data. In this case, the company cannot process the racial and ethnic data, even though it has obtained explicit consent from the data subjects. In simple language, Article 9(2) of the GDPR strikes a balance between respecting individuals' privacy and allowing for the processing of special category data when necessary. Explicit consent is one of the conditions that allow for such processing, but it is not always sufficient. Member state laws can override explicit consent if they deem it necessary to protect the fundamental rights and freedoms of individuals. I hope this explanation has been helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions.